Where did the times go by? I lay awake, just wanting to play Mario Kart Wii Online. I sometimes just sit and watch the matchmaking happen, but to no avail. The blue light radiating from the TV stings my eyes. Why must I live in this hellscape? Why must you torture me, Nintendo? I must travel this road alone. It's a path of hardship and disappointment. But I am the savior of Mario Kart Wii Online.
Dude, you're such a fucking loser.
Fuck you, Craig!
Put your head on my shoulder. Hold me in your arms.
Listen, I already have a good idea of what you think I'm gonna say, but so what if I do say it? It's important. For all you people that watch my content, and some of you lurkers that don't subscribe but continue to watch me anyways, P.S. please subscribe if you haven't. I'm really struggling with subs, but not really, I just want subs. This is gonna sound familiar, but hear me out. Have you ever had that game that you love to death? And I mean really love to death. By that I mean everywhere you went, you saw the game. Went to McDonald's, you saw the game. Went to Walmart, you saw the game. Went to your parents' divorce hearing, you saw the game. That last one wasn't directed at anyone. I just wanted to make fun of kids with divorced parents. As a kid, I always had a love for video games. Well, that's a really broad statement because almost everyone loves video games. But I had a really deep love for gaming. It was one of my favorite pastimes. Besides, jerking my chicken, tickling the taint, fucking not flicking the bean, because that's what females do. Every month I had a choice between buying a game or going to see a new movie that was out at that certain year. And I wish I could tell you that I chose to buy Mario Galaxy instead of going to see Shrek 3rd in theaters. But this is not the reality we live in. But what if I told you the game that you loved could be gone at any minute? Well, it happened to me. I know, so tragic. At the time, 12-year-old me was so fucking stoked to be introduced to the new era of digital gaming and the wonders it could have on my everyday life. And I wasn't wrong. It was great. For about 2 years. Until it all came crumbling down, and dear God, have my opinions changed. I know, not all digital gaming is bad, and for a matter of fact, I really love Steam. It's a great platform, but there's a huge problem. Backpedaling to what I said earlier about your game being gone at any moment, it's true. Here's an example. On August 10th, 2010, a side-scrolling movie-licensed beat-em-up game was released for Xbox 360 and PS3. It was amazing! There were so many cool bosses and enemies, a great story pertaining to the things that happened in the film, and tons of cool little Easter eggs that you couldn't get if you played through the game only once, leaving much more to be explored. Tons of characters to choose from, multiple different endings, all bringing it to an amazing conclusion. That game was Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game. I know I may be a little biased. Okay, maybe a lot biased, but this was so much fun for me as a kid. All the cool colors and sprites just made me feel all gooey. And the music, oh lord, the music, it's all just amazing. But it was removed from online stores in 2014 due to licensing issues. And given that it was only released digitally on the platforms, it was gone forever. I loved this game, and having it been taken away without warning just crushed me. Of course I found a loophole with an emulator, which I'll get to later, but it just isn't the same. The experience of playing the game on the console cannot compare to playing it on a PC. And boy oh boy, Scott Pilgrim isn't the only game to meet this fate. Many other classics like its kind have fallen due to bad game preservation. PT, the Silent Hill demo only released for PlayStation 4. The Simpsons beat-em-up game on the Xbox. And it even goes as far back as the 90s with Garfield: The Lost Levels, only being playable via satellite at certain times on the Sega Genesis. Even us PC gamers aren't safe from this. One day all of the games you love like Fortnite, Overwatch, and CSGO are going to stop supporting servers, and won't be playable without player alter lobbies. This becomes a big problem later down the line. What happened to owning hard copies? Waiting for the release of the game on launch day? Taking off the protective plastic that just feels so right crumbling in your hands? I might have an orgasm. No, but seriously, it is a big problem, and people are resorting to illegal activity to restore what was lost. Well, legal in the sense where nobody cares except the companies. Which brings me to emulation. Listen, I'm a bad boy. I might pirate a few things here and there from the internet. Who's gonna arrest me? The internet police? Guys, I got arrested by the internet police. No, but seriously, emulation is a big no-no when it comes to gaming, unless you actually own the game. If you don't know what emulation is, I'm too fucking lazy to read it out, so IndieRed put the definition on screen, baby. But you know, in some ways, I feel there are some ethical reasonings to emulation. Having a backlog of old games saved on the internet is only necessary when the inevitable truth happens. A lot of gaming media is going to get lost, but with the help of emulation, it's possible to save those games' fates. But it comes at a cost. Most of the time, these games aren't the same as you would expect. They are not true ports of what the original game was on the console. Switching from console to PC really gunks up the games and makes them horrible to play and borderline impossible. This is why publishers of online-based games need to keep a backlog of their games, even if they crashed horribly, because who knows? They might become a cult classic like Scott Pilgrim was. Look, I'm not saying don't buy games online. Hell, by all means, I'd advise it, but just keep in mind, if you do, don't expect them to be around 5 to 10 years from now. Because eventually, they'll be gone. Unless you have an emulator. Which I advise, because, you know, they're not going to be there. If you want to have a true experience of a game, please do buy a hard copy. Because it's not about the game itself, it's about the memories those games have with you. It'd suck not being able to play your favorite game from your past. Don't meet the same fate as me. But hey, maybe there's still some hope for me. Brian O'Malley tweeted out that he wanted the Scott Pilgrim game back on the shelves, and you know, the publisher Ubisoft tweeted back at him with emojis. So I don't know, maybe we'll have my favorite game back. I don't know. It's just a guess, guys. It's just a guess, but I'm just saying, put me and Scott Pilgrim in a room, and there's gonna be a call-out post tomorrow. I'm sorry. But yeah, keep the games you love close to your heart, because you don't know when they'll be gone. And if you need to emulate the games, then be sure to specify that you have the fucking games. Seriously, you could get in serious trouble for that. Recently, Nintendo filed so many lawsuits on these fucking gaming sites. It's unreal. But as always, thanks to IndieRed for editing my video. He's new to editing for me, guys. Give him a round of applause. And yeah, if you guys could subscribe to me, that'd be awesome, because I want more subs and I'm awesome and cool. Oh yeah, I also have a Discord server now. I made a YouTube post about it, but you know, I deleted it. But it'll be here. Put the fucking Discord on screen, IndieRed. I don't pay you for nothing, you stupid slut. Bitch. Thanks for watching, and I'm Smeef, and I'll see you later. I just fucking realized this is the third time I made a video about Scott Pilgrim. What's wrong with me?